Hey, good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. Right now, you're with me, Michael O'Mara, and my good friend Doug Gunch. And I'm in the bunker in Arizona, and Doug is in Derby, Kansas. Imagine that. So we got a little test pilot today. We're going to do a little interview section to see how this goes. So in the future, we can do more, get some of you involved in discussing your music and your workflow, etc. So to begin with, we're just going to backtrack a little bit, give you a little bit of our history. Doug and I have been friends since the mid-'60s. We grew up in the same city, Royal Oak, Michigan, and we both started playing music about the same time. Not together, but at the same time. And here we are, 50 years later, still doing it. So how's your path been, Doug?
Well, as you said, you know, we grew up in that same rock era in Royal Oak, back in the Michigan there. And I started out on the old Sonys with a 3-track, which means you take the left side and bounce it to the right, so you have 2 on the right, and you sing another one on the left, so you got 3 tracks. That moved into, well, I used that for a few years, and then I would always, when it came time to really do a song that you wanted to do good, you'd have to pay a few $100 in the studio, and you know, that gets expensive, and the engineer would go, "Oh, hey man, quit worrying about the clock, man." And so I'm thinking, "Oh, he's going to give me a deal." Well, he didn't. And so anyway, I was over a friend's house one time. I was telling him that story, how expensive it's getting to just do your own music in a studio. So he said, "Well, why don't you buy your own equipment?" So that's when I went to LA Music down in LA and bought the M38 Tascam 8 tracks, a half-inch tape, which, you know, is expensive.
In the time.
Yeah, the tape itself cost, you know, I was paying $45, but you get 3 songs on a tape, you know, so it was still expensive, but it was flattening out a little bit. And then the evolution of the computers came in, where you can do as many tracks as you want, put as much stuff as you want, a lot cheaper.
And you get all the plugins.
All the plugins.
All the compressions, limiters, reverbs, choruses, you name it.
For a fraction of the price. And here we are, although there was a transition from analog to digital, but you get over that hump, and it's all good. I recorded on my DAW when I went into the computer was Cakewalk. I used the Sonar 7, Sonar 6, Sonar 7. They probably have, Sonar 150 now, but...
Well, they've kind of got no Sonar. Well, they have Sonar. They went out of business, but now they're free.
Oh, wow.
You know, I think Gibson Guitar picked them up, and they're making Sonar free.
Wow.
A free download. So you might want to check into that if you're a Sonar wannabe.
Yeah, I used it a long time. It was great.
Yeah.
But then I presently use the PreSonus Studio One 3, and which is good too. And like I say, as many tracks as you want. But what it enabled us to do was do it for now. You could do as many songs as you want for as free as you want, you know.
Yeah.
As free as you want.
And no matter how many hours it takes, it doesn't matter. And you can record with friends around the world. And that's kind of where we're headed to today, and that's to talk a little bit about file sharing. And so for those of you that are new to that thing, with the most popular DAWs are compatible with each other. So if Doug and I want to work on a song together, we would agree on a tempo. Yeah, that's very important to get the tempo set on each side so that when you're sharing files, they're going in at the same tempo. So that's very important. And then, using services like Dropbox and WeTransfer and other file transfer things, you can do amazing things, right?
Absolutely. You transfer a track. So one guy sends, like I'll send Mike a click track. Like you said, it's very important to get the time beats per minute, and I'll send him a track with drums on it, maybe, or a guitar or something, or the idea of the song, and he'll elaborate on that. We'll go back and forth, back and forth. We've done this, and it's just great. It's just like being in the same studio together, and it costs nothing. As long as you got the stuff, the computer. But once you got it, you don't have to keep paying for songs.
Yeah, right.
I was paying $200 and $300 for a song.
Yeah.
No
It's
wonder I
time.
only did 2 songs. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But we file shared, Mike. In fact, I think we've got that an example of that on today's podcast.
Right. We're going to play the Rosie trilogy here in a few minutes. But in addition to the audio part, you can go as far as your imagination will let you go, and your personal technology will let you go. And so you, myself, and your brother, and the others that helped out on the music, we made videos at the same time, just using webcams. Again, free. Once you own a webcam, there's no other investment, and then the software is just normal consumer, video software, and you can make interesting videos, interesting music, marry them together, and it's fun. It's just a fun thing to do.
It's fun. Like this video today is one's from Michigan, one's from California, Arizona, Kansas. And it's easy to do. You just send them the file in a WAV or MP3. I prefer the WAV.
Yeah.
Because it's a better file, a bigger file. But if you use, like Mike says, WeTransfer or Dropbox, you'll be able to send a pretty big file.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
the one other thing with today's technology is you got your song in the hands of your collaborator 500 miles away in 20 seconds.
20 seconds, absolutely. Something that used to take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It could be done instantly. That's another advantage. It's just great. It's just like recording with your buddies in the studio, only you're at your own house or wherever,
Yeah. So here's what we have as a demonstration here. What we're going to do here is share our demonstration with you. This is 3 songs we put together about an imaginary girl named Rosie and her life over 20 or 30 years. Excuse me. And we hope you like it. Now, the acting in between the songs, remember that, we have not been to acting school.
Yes.
It will become painfully clear. But we're just demonstrating what you can do with your friends by file sharing.
Right.
So
we were each kicked out of this class.
Yes, absolutely. And here we go. Rosie, the trilogy. Bam.
Hey, Michael, I hear one of your latest songwriting projects is finally finished. The trilogy called Rosie. 3 songs that walk you through the life of a gal named Rosie during that time and your relationship with her. And I know you recently went back to your hometown. And can you give the folks out there any insight, any history to the trilogy called Rosie?
The other day I was in the old neighborhood and stopped in, the old hangout, and Bernie the bartender, still there after all these years. But we were talking for a while. He said, "Hey man, whatever happened to that Rosie gal that you used to hang with?" And so, I told him the story that, we had a good thing going for quite a while, and then, she wasn't very happy and she moved on. Kind of broke my heart, but, that's what happens.
Saw her standing in the shadows. The flashing light of a Ferris wheel was burning in her hair. I could see she had an eye on me that rainy night at the county fair. Her name was Rosie and she lived upstairs of a bouderie on Campbell Avenue. I used to watch her from the window of the Texaco when she'd go to the market in the afternoon. She caught me staring and we shared a smile, brought sunshine into that cold, cold rain. I danced around in that muddy oil, knowing from that time things would never be the same. And I can still feel the passion, I can still feel the heat. I remember the night she left, I drank myself to sleep. Did I have amnesia? Or could time really pass this fast? Every time I hear the rain coming, I start to smile, I can hear her laugh. So come on, Rosie. Can she still feel the passion? Can she still feel the heat? Does she ever lie awake at night thinking about me? Well, that Ferris wheel keeps on turning. I change a channel on my TV. You see, life outside my window, it's just a carnival to me. I'll take a walk outside real soon, and I breathe that desert air. I dream of Rosie standing next to me on a rainy night at the county fair. Come on, Rosie. Oh, come on, Rosie. Come on, Rosie. Come on, Rosie. Come on, Rosie. Come on.
Wow, she inspired that song, Michael. Hey, I remember those times, man. And but what happened next?
And then years later, I heard that she was living outside San Diego somewhere, and she was working kind of in a saloon or bar or something, and she was kind of a dancer. I don't know to what extent, but she was a dancer and had big plans. Was going to make it in show business somehow. And I guess that didn't exactly work out the way that she thought it would. and she moved on and disappeared for a long time.
Two maracas and a tambourine, a little tequila down at the old canteen. Rosie dances and the sailors scream. That's the way it's always been. She really knows how to make them smile. That jingling jangling seems to drive them wild. She keeps them drinking and dancing in the aisle. The money's worthwhile. But just like you and me, she's lonely. Spent a lifetime being free, yeah. Just like you and me, she's only a day away from happiness, a lifetime from her dreams. She always wanted to get out of here. Can't say I blame her much this time of year. The days get shorter as the winter nears. The snow can't wash away the tears. I'm for sure she ain't coming back. She wants to blend in somewhere down the track. Be the needle in the haystack. This girl ain't coming back. But just like you and me, she's lonely. Spent a lifetime being free, yeah. Just like you and me, she's only a day away from happiness, a lifetime from her dreams. Just one suitcase holds all her things, misplayed plans and broken dreams. A faded postcard from an old canteen, two maracas and a tambourine. A faded postcard from an old canteen, two maracas and a tambourine. Two maracas and a tambourine.
Wow, I hope she's okay. You know, have you seen or heard from her lately, Michael?
Not too long ago, she came back. She came back home, back to the old neighborhood, and it was nice to see her again. And we got together, had some laughs, and so it was just good to see her. I was glad she's doing well. And old Bernie, the bartender, still, pouring them the way we like them.
The bus came to town this morning. I knew old Rosie would be inside with her suitcase of broken dreams and a little weary from the ride. She stepped off the bus, her head hung low. She didn't notice me sitting by the grocery store. From the park bench where I sat, I was taken back to those days on Campbell Road. I crossed the street and I took her hand. There was hesitation in her eyes. I just smiled and let her know everything is gonna be just fine. So come on, Rose, we got some catching up to do. Let's go downtown, have some laughs, just like we used to do. Well, come on, Rosie, I've been waiting oh so long to drop a quarter in this jukebox and dance to our favorite song. Now we're a million miles from yesterday, from rainy midway nights and carnival rides, where our dreams and our plans went by the wayside. We got too busy just living our lives. So come on, Rosie, we got some catching up to do. Let's go downtown and have some laughs and share a drink or two. Come on, Rosie, I've been waiting oh so long to drop a quarter in this jukebox and dance with you all night long. Now she's a little mixed up and feeling down, never dreamed she'd be back in this sleepy little town. Sometimes going home is what we need to do, connect with old friends and kick our heels up to the long road. Come on, road. Come on, road.
Yeah, Doug, so that's it. That is the story of Rosie, and sure missed her while she was gone, but did get a lot of good music from that. And so, here's to Rosie and Bernie and all the guys back in the old hometown. Thanks again for listening, everybody. I hope you have a good night. Goodbye.
All right, there she goes, Rosie. Come on, Rosie. She was a good old gal, that Rosie gal.
Yep, and that's our example of file sharing, boys.
Yep. And we hope that you got your wheels turning and see what potential you and your friends would have doing the same thing. And it's fun. And even if you don't do the video part of it, the recording part of it is fun just by itself. So, I hope that inspired some of you to reach out to others in the group and see what happens. We look forward to hearing your music. Anything else you want to add, Doug?
Well, just a couple bits here. I'd like to say send your music to Mike Riviera Music AZ at gmail.com.
That's right. And I forgot to mention that Doug not only is going to be our video transfer guy, he is also part of the Doug and Jeff show. And you should find them at...
All you do is search Doug Jeff Show on YouTube. All one word, Doug Jeff Show. DUGJEFF Show.
All right.
On YouTube.
Don't get so hostile. All right, guys. Thanks for dialing us in today, and hope everything's going good with you and in your home studio, and Can't wait to hear your music. So, on behalf of the home recording studio folks, I'm Michael O'Mara. This is my friend Doug Gunch. We're just going to bid you farewell. See you next time.
You got it, Mike. See you, buddy.